going to record this, so I'd like to welcome everybody to my Instagram training on how to use Instagram effectively to build your business. So the first step when you are using Instagram to build your business would be to what? Get an Instagram account. So when I first became a coach, I'll tell you honestly, I did not have an Instagram account, and I only had 100 and something like friends on Facebook. So when we say these things, don't tell yourself, oh, Sarah, top of my news feed. When we say like a new thing, the best way to figure out how to do something is to just do it. Okay, like make an Instagram account. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you just need to make one. So step one would be to get an Instagram account, and then you are going to set up your profile. So when you set up your profile, I don't put Beachbody Coach on mine, not because I'm not proud that I'm a Beachbody coach, but there's a lot of Beachbody coaches that run their business differently than we do, I believe, to be successful and such a rocking team. Because if somebody sees, Beachbody Coach or It Works or something, they're going to be like, she's trying to sell me something right away, and I'm going to scare them off. So the first thing that I do is I set up my profile. So I did CEO of Boom Empire. And I encourage you that even if you are part of Team Boom, you brand yourself into a different, like I'm part of Team Boom, but I'm part of, I'm Boom Empire myself. So don't be scared to come up with your own name. And then I used to have my Facebook link on here, but I actually changed it. And the reason that I did is when I'm talking to people on Instagram, if I want them to send me a friend request, do you know what I mean? Like they're going to send me a friend request. I got a lot of creepers sending me friend requests. I got a lot of people that were, just like spammers, or my Facebook's out there. So I decided to make a business application, join my next challenge. And what I did is I will click on it. And what I did is I went on Wufoo. So it's www.wufoo, that's tongue twister.com. And basically what I did is I went to a top coaches page who made a Wufoo application, and I copied it. So these are the things that they had. Challenge group application, name, email, phone number, what program do you want to do, 21-day fix, core to force, what are your fitness goals, what do you struggle with, what's on your typical day for you, why do you want to do this group, and best way to contact you, okay? And sometimes I change it and I put my business application, because sometimes I'll put work with Marie or work with Boom Empire Fitness and then an arrow. Now, when you make your application on Wufoo, it is actually and can everybody see my screen? You can all see my Instagram. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, sometimes I do these calls where I go on, and then they're like, sorry, I never saw your screen. And I'm like, oh, feeling dumb. Okay, so basically you're going to get a link, and it's going to be too big when you edit your profile to put that link in there for your website. So what you need to do is go to www.tinylink or tinyurl.com. After you make your Wufoo application, it's going to give you a link that you would send out to people. The link is too big to fit on your Instagram profile. So you need to put it into tinylink.com, and it's going to generate a smaller link for you that will fit into your website. Now, if you want to put your Facebook link on it, that's fine. That's up to you, but I
actually put the whole long link in here.
You didn't fit? Well, it depends what kind of link they give you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's probably, you're right. It's probably better to have a shorter one anyway.
But mine was too long, so it didn't fit. But yeah, so try it out. If it doesn't, go ahead and go for it. So taking a step back for a second. Now, I don't have enough time right now to go over how to use Instagram. But that is a system that is going to be liking photos for me all day long on Instagram. When I first started this business, I would have to sit on my iPad while I was watching TV, and I would go through a hashtag, and I would sit there and I would like photos, hundreds of them a day. Okay. Then Pat and Annie found about Instagram, so we did it. Instagress is something totally separate. I don't want to confuse you, but tonight after I upload this video call to the coach group, I am going to post how to use Instagress below it. If you don't want to go to my coach page to figure out how to use Instagress, you can look up Kelly Hayner. She is an elite coach, and she has the most amazing how to use Instagress video, and it's also in our current Coach Basics group if you're doing your homework and following through with all of those things that you want to make sure that you're doing, because the last thing you want to do in this business is recreate the wheel, because it's already been in place for you. Okay, so taking a step back. So basically, you're adding photos, and I'm going to show you a PowerPoint that I have in a second, but basically you're adding photos. So let's go back to my favorite one that it's really not even classy, but I thought I would share it with everybody. Because at the end of the day, you're a garden rose and that bee is a weed. Now that is a terrible quote, but it's from Orange is New Black. And I thought it was like a great quote to put out there to change things up. Very crazy. So that is one quote. Another quote that I put up, or another thing that I put up, was a business opportunity post. Now, if I look on my Instagram and I see that nobody commented on it, that doesn't mean that this link has not generated business. There is 34 likes that I don't even think it'll let me do it. I have to do it from my phone, right? Yeah. There's 34 likes on that. Well, let me go back and find one that somebody commented on. I'm sure someone did on that because it's not fitness related and it's... Okay, so this guy right here, beautiful shot. Obviously, he's using Instagress, and that's not a authentic comment, but oh, maybe it is. Oh wait, that is I know who that is. Okay, so anyway, she commented on my post, and I if I was on my phone, there would be 3 dots, and I would send her a message. So basically, you can't do things on your computer that you can do on your phone with Instagram, which I don't even understand why that's like happening in our lives. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But basically what I would say to her would be, it's on our 21-day fixed script, the new one. And I updated my iPhone and I just don't get this new thing. It's like, do you know what I'm talking about? I'm like, why do I have to hit 95 buttons just to be like, look at my clipboard? Okay, so trying not to have ADHD. Hold on a second. Okay, not now. All right. So basically what I would say to everybody that's not a coach or a spammer, I always say to them, hey, Ashley, thanks so much for showing me love on my photo. Sometimes it's hard for me to put myself out there, but if I can just change one life, then it's worth it. Not sure if you saw, but I am running a 3-week group with a bunch of us women who are in tune with our fitness goals. Would you be interested in hearing more about the group? Simple. Okay. I have had a huge response from that, doing that within the past couple weeks. That's one way to do it. Okay. Everybody that liked or commented. You also, I go into every single person that is following me. And I have gone through, and it's been taking me a long time because there's 6,000 people. And Michelle Katz and I talked about this. If 6,000 people are following me, there's going to be 3 to 5 people for every worst case scenario 1,000 that are going to want to buy a challenge pack or whatever, change of life. So I go through those and I see who's following me. Every single person, every single comment. Takes a long time. Some of you guys are sitting on a gold mine because I look at your stuff and you have so many likes and so many people following you that it's an untapped business that you probably haven't even looked into. Hold on a second. Okay. So let's look at another fellow coach on here, Katie Gendron. So she has 38 likes on this photo. So she would see who likes her photo, and then she would go through and message those people that hey, sometimes it's hard for me to put myself out there, blah, blah, blah. Would you be interested in joining my challenge group? So on and so forth. So we understand that, okay? So that's pretty easy right there. So that is one way to do it. Another thing that I'm going to show you really quick, and if you're just jumping on the call, I went over some pre-things. Don't worry, because I am recording it for those of the people that are on the call. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, I'm trying to find my PowerPoint. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go over this little presentation that I have for you. My screen looks different than your guys. Okay, so what are hashtags? Say we don't know what hashtags are. Hashtags are basically like a secret message used to connect with people with the same interest. So I post a picture on Instagram, and then under the picture, you comment on your own picture using hashtags. The reason that you want to use hashtags is because that gives your photo more of a reach. If there's 6,000 people following me, only those 6,000 people maybe are going to see my post. So who do I want to connect with when I'm talking about, when I'm posting something on Instagram? If you are writing the hashtags under your photos, fit fitness, fit mom, fit family, so is everyone else in America. You do not want to do things like that, because that's not going to work, because what happens is thousands of people are using the hashtag gym. Your photo only pops up to the top for like 3 seconds, and there's no sense in using those hashtags. You know what I mean? So examples would be, make a list of things that describe you. So maybe you're a dog lover, teacher, I love my journey, dreamer, early riser, I hate running, transform myself, I use wine, I used to do I hate running, but now I run because it like keeps me somewhat sane. And it's just so beautiful outside. Like my husband and I went for a walk tonight, and I'm like, we live in this gorgeous neighborhood and we were the only people out here walking. Where is everybody? You know, it's so weird if you think about it. They're probably in bed. Wish I was. Yeah, so come up with a list of 30 to 50 hashtags that describe you. Soccer mom. I'm not going to tell you all my good ones. All right, so the next thing that's going to come up is there is a tags button on your Instagram search engine that allows you to search different hashtags. So as you can see on my pointer, you have people and then you have tags, okay? When you go at the top of your Instagram, and if this doesn't make any sense to you, you got to play around with it, and you got to watch this video, and if it takes you 10 times longer, it doesn't matter. You're still learning. But if you put up that roadblock, I'm not going to do it because I don't understand it, you're never going to grow, right? So, whatever. So you got to keep trying. So different hashtags will pop up. All the tags that you search will bring you to people who have used those same hashtags. So if I click it on Tone It Up Girl, there is a huge market out there for Tone It Up people. They are very dedicated to Tone It Up. But my last coach, I don't know if she's on here. I can't see if she's on here, but the last coach that I signed up was a Tone It Up girl, very dedicated to fitness. And so you can search Tone It Up hashtags. And then what's going to happen is tons of pictures are going to pop up. And then I'll get into the next thing of what to do. Okay, so if you love dogs, an example would be like, I love my beagle. So these are all the people who are beagle moms that like pop up. So I'll bring you a page that looks like this, and you'll see pictures that people posted using different hashtags. You can click on one of those pictures to see and connect with a person if you could see them joining your tribe. Now, I will be honest with you, when I first started building this business 2.5 years ago, I would take anybody, even if it was like the man on the street that was going to like buy a challenge pack for me, I would take anybody. You know what I mean? Like I was like, oh my gosh, someone wants to join me. I would be so excited. But you want to remember that, you want to think about people that eventually you would be sharing a hotel room with them. And if somebody told me 3 years ago that, I would be this far along in my business, retiring from my teaching job and running a lucrative business, I would have laughed at you. Okay. So, I met Heather Swindle and Sarah Nelson, who is friends with Carrie Steelman, who I met on Instagram, and Michelle Katz, and we've all been in a hotel room together. Well, I guess Sarah, we haven't traveled, but I feel like I know you so well. We've all traveled together, and you're gonna be. It's not, this business is not just you, it's your family. So if you're not getting along with people and they're not like you, you're gonna be having some not problems, but it's just like fun to hang out with. I mean, Michelle Katz and I are like so the same, but so different, but it works, you know? So I love it. So think about if you could imagine them joining your team. How do you know if you should connect with them? So check out their amount of followers, okay? I like people that have like a low amount of followers sometimes, because I feel like they're going to be like more likely to like talk to me. But if somebody is following, like 50,000 people are following them, they're probably already doing their own thing. Check out their occupation, check their hobby, see their interest, check to see if there's something that you can easily talk about. So if you are entering this business and you are on the side of somebody says, hey, you're doing the 21-day fix, how much is it? And you're telling them how much it is, you're an amateur, okay? You are setting yourself up for a vicious cycle of, I didn't mean to say it like that, but it's true. Like, you're setting yourself up for a vicious cycle of rejection, okay? So the best way to do it is somebody says to you, oh, I see you're doing the 21-day fix. That's awesome. How much is it? And then I say to them, well, it depends what your fitness goals are. Like, what are you doing these days? Like, what do you struggle with? What do you like about, what do you like? What don't you like? Start up that conversation. I'm like, oh, it's so hard for me because I'm a mom and I just can't get to the gym. And then you're like, oh, I'm a mom too. My kids are 3 and 5. And I noticed on your Instagram that you love beagles. And then you talk about beagles, and then you love dogs. And then you have these commonalities, because most of the time, guys, people are going to join you because they like you and because they trust you, not because they're dying to spend $153. They don't really understand the benefits of Shakeology yet, or your fitness group, or how amazing it is. We know it's amazing, but they're going to want to join you because they are invested in you, they like you, and you're talking to them. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me in my crazy mind, but it's really true. So now what? What do? You find somebody, who's clicking? Not clicking anymore. Just muted you. Okay. One day you guys will be as crazy as I am, like when you do like 5 of these calls a day. You start to lose your mind. All right. So you find the pitcher that is somebody that you connect with. So I do things called a 5-3-1. I recommend what is a 5-3-1? So I go back to this person's picture. Whoops. Okay. So say I am on Live Like Beagle. Okay. I'm going to like 5 of her pictures, comment on 3 of them, and that will give you typically somebody that is going to want to connect with you on Facebook, or will start a conversation with you when you inbox them to join their challenge. If you're just running, hey, thanks for giving me love on my photo, do you want to join my thing, over and over, and that's all they're seeing. You guys know what you do when somebody says, hey, thanks for liking my photo, do you want to buy my flash sale of It Works Wraps? What do? You ignore it, right? I do every single time. All right. So 5 likes, 3 comments equals 1 connect, and they're going to talk to you. Okay. All right. So different comments. Like what would you say? Like, oh, that's awesome. How was your walk? Like starting a conversation on their post before you lay it on them. You know what I mean? And you're not just talking to people because you have a motive that you're trying to sell them something in the end. You're on a fitness journey. You're wanting to connect with people, and you're wanting to bring people. It's not about sales or points or that. It's about building a community of trust and growth so that you can do this together. So those are sample conversations. And content, what's good content, what's not, okay? If you're trying to do what I'm trying to do, then that's not you. And I'm just going to call out Michelle for a second. she's probably going to kill me for saying this, but like if Michelle was posting a bunch of selfies with herself like I do with my mug every day, and I'm like, okay. And then Michelle's like, man, that's a great idea because Marie's doing really well in her business. I should do that too and smile with all these props, okay? People are probably going to like ask her husband or Geraldo, like, so what's going on with Michelle? Like, is she okay? Because
wait, you mean because people were doing that?
yeah, well, they really were, but like,
because it's just not, it's not like
not you. So you need to be
like
you.
that.
So what is Michelle? Michelle is outside. Michelle loves her son. Michelle is into dog rescuing. She loves, she doesn't like animal abuse. Like these are the things that she believes in, is very artistic, very into like all of these things. So that is what she posts about. Okay, be authentic, be raw, be you. And then you sprinkle in the coaching opportunity, like you sprinkle in coaching. Okay. And I'm going to show you some post examples of these things. Don't be salesy and don't overthink your post and don't be boring. Okay. Like nobody, and I hate to say this because the harsh reality is if I post on my wall a flex and I'm like, I just did my 21-day fix, either A, you're making half of America bad because they want to work out and aren't motivated enough to do it. And the other half doesn't care. And some people will support you, like our mom and your grandma and like your aunts and, people that love you. But you need to talk about what's normal, like laundry or things like that, because that's going to pull in your audience and have them connect with you. Okay. How do I know what to post? Okay. These are things that I focus on daily when I'm coming up with my post. I constantly hear, sorry, I don't have enough time. I'm not in shape to be a coach. I don't have any money and I don't want to share on social media. I'm scared about what my friends will think. Okay, so that's number one. So what do I go live about? And don't worry about going live yet. That's going to come with time. That's something that I do, but I would have never done it when I first started. Okay, but the only way to get good at it is to just jump and go for it. So I will make up posts sometimes that what people are saying out there as objections are tied into my post. Okay. I don't have enough money. So I will come up with statistics like how many days of work do people miss from disease-related illnesses? How many times do you not have time? Like, you put time into what you value. So you don't have time because you have kids, but you're always tired. So it's going to make you a better mom. Like all of those things, like get your kids involved, have your kids working out with you, have them in your photos, all of those things. Favorite part about the business, the relationships, helping.
I have like 5 more minutes.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry. Lifting up others, traveling, and share your story. Like, now it's easier for me to do it. Now it's easier for me to share my story, but just talking about, how my marriage was falling apart. My husband and I fought all the time. We were both like depressed. We were working 9 to 5. Like I got my master's, he did. We both had good jobs, and here I can't even pay all my bills and like stuff. So you don't have to put too much of your personal life out there, but somehow tie in how these things are helping you. It may not be financial yet for a lot of you guys, and it may not be, whatever, but you can have a transformation that is also physical. It doesn't always, just mental. It doesn't have to always be financial or physical right away. Fears that you had when joining. I make posts about that constantly. Like, what are people going to think about me? This is too good to be true. The only thing that I can tell you about that, this is too good to be true, and I could get tears even talking to you guys about it. It seems like it's too good to be true, but if you're dedicated and you don't give up even when things get hard and you stay the course and you build that consistency, it's gonna happen for you. But the idea of being a coach and wanting to do what it takes to be a coach and helping people and plugging in every day is sometimes not fun. Sometimes it's not glamorous. Sometimes, and I keep calling out Michelle, but like we spend a lot of time together, getting up in the morning sometimes to do power hours so that we can then spend time with our kids or do things. Sometimes it's not very exciting, but we do it because we see the big picture, you know? And favorite successes that we've had, like rank advancement, weight loss, non-scale victories. And as you go along, it's so powerful. Like I've had coaches tell me that I've saved their life and they've saved my life. Like there's so many things that can come out of this business that it's just amazing. A posting schedule for ideas on Mondays would be like never miss a Monday, favorite quote, common post objections. Tuesday, transformation, quote, celebrating a challenger. Wednesday, if you're into dogs, like dog humor, quotes, meal post, throwback Thursday, dinner recipe. Flex Friday, quote, challenge group celebration, Shakeology, quote, beagle humor, activity post, quote, fear about you had joining. So all those things is kind of gives you ideas to post about, but you don't want to be all beach body. Like if I'm with my kids and we're going for a walk with a stroller, I'm holding my cup. People already know what you're doing. You don't have to throw it in their face every day. Okay. But just kind of tie in your business. So anything that you're doing, if you're proof in the product, is a post. You're drinking your Shakeology, it's a post. You feel better. You're working out, it's a post. Take pictures. Go live in the challenge groups. Be active. People don't want to see me all the time. They don't want to see Heather all the time, or all of you guys that are posting. Your challengers and your people want to see you. Okay? They want to see you. All right. So I just talked like super fast. I probably, what else was I going to tell you? Something else. No, that was it. Okay. So if you're a new coach, you, might be super overwhelmed. If you are in Coach Basics, you are probably like, what did I get myself into? If you are getting hundreds of notifications from me a day, you are probably like, how do I get out of this? And where do I exit? Okay, so how do we deal with that? The first thing I do is when I wake up, I have hundreds of messages on my phone. So I don't even look, I look at my inbox, but my notifications, I don't even look at them. I go into my groups. So what groups are you in? You're in Boom Empire Fit Crew coaches. You're probably in the other coach group, which is our upline Pat. You are in Fall Into Your Skinny Jeans, and you are in your training group. I would put those 4 groups into my favorites, and each day I would go into them and see what's going on. But if you're a new coach, your first responsibility is either A, setting up a like page, posting once in a while on your wall, and really diving into that, really diving into your trainings and working on yourself, reading personal development, and starting to work out and starting to feel better so that you can share your journey more with others. Don't worry about all the fluff, okay? The only reason I'm doing fluff now is because this is all I do. Well, I still teach part-time in the mornings, but I teach fashion design, so once they get in the lab, like I'm working on the business. So I have a couple minutes before, there's some questions in the bottom. I'm the worst at that. Okay, does anybody have a question before we get off? I have a couple minutes. Anybody have any questions? Nope. Nobody has a question? You guys already know all this fun stuff? Probably. You probably do. So basically, like I would say to anyone that likes your photos, start connecting with them. And like probably you're sitting there too. I was when they started, like, so I have to talk to random people. Like, this is so weird. But you can do it. Like, you just got to do it, and you just got to be consistent. So, all right. Well, last call for questions. Michelle, do you have anything to add? Because you were the Instagram, like, super guru. Did I cover pretty good with my PowerPoint? Like,
Yeah, I recently did one of Shailene Johnson's webinars, and there are like some new things about Instagram that she went over. So I don't know.
yeah,
but like we can do that. Maybe we can do that another time or something, because there are like a few. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things, and I'm happy that you said that. One of the things that I will show you. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Oh yeah, and the stories.
like
totally.
the stories.
Stories.
If I click on this right here, hold on a second. Oh, I don't have a story. Coach fail. But if I click on this, like, you know how Snapchat has a story? So like if I'm working out and I click on this, it gives a story about what I'm doing. So so I'll just show you. Well, I don't want to do it now because I look crazy. But like, hold on, I'll do one with you guys. Hold on. Okay. Doing an Instagram training with my tribe. Instagram training with my tribe. I'm probably going to lose like 80,000. Like, I'm going to lose all my followers on that. Whatever.
You can just go in and delete it.
Yeah. So now when people just click on my thing, wait, why isn't it working? I'm like, I'm going to show you something really cool, and then it doesn't work.
It usually takes
An Instagram training with my tribe.
So the story thing is just like Snapchat?
Same as Snapchat, yep. So all these people are getting back on Instagram more. So you can write on it, you can do all that, and then like say 200 people look at it, then I'll click on it and it'll show me the 200 people that looked at it, and then I'll say, hey, you saw my story today, LOL, it's so funny. I don't know if you noticed that I'm running a 21-day challenge. You want more information?
Oh, I saw that and I didn't understand what it meant.
Yeah, I'm still figuring it out because I don't know how to do more than one story.
You just add it. You just click the thing again. You just go back to home, and then you just
It's like so-and-so was sharing their story, and then I clicked on their Instagram, and I was like, it's just a picture.
Wait, can you guys see my? I mean, Marie, if you want to add, do you see the little plus right there?
Yeah.
You just have to go back to the home screen with like the little house, and then you can just keep adding.
Oh, because my story was always like,
You can have like as many stories as you want. You can have a lot of stories. You can just keep going all day long, just filming everything you're doing, just lots of little like snaps.
yeah.
And then you just keep popping up also, like people, people see you more, and like they get more into, it's just a lot more personal because like they see what you're doing, they see what your daily thing is, they see your family life, they see your dog, they see you going to the supermarket.
Right. So you're not just somebody that's out there like pushing sales. Like you're a real person. And like I said, like people, I cannot tell you how many people like join my challenges, not because I'm super fit or the best fitness coach ever. It's because like they think, I don't know, I think I'm kind of like, I have like bad self-awareness, but like a lot of people are like, I love following you and like, you're so fun and we just want to join you. Like they don't really want to like buy $150 bag of protein. It's because it's super exciting.
Marie, it is not just a bag of protein.
I know, I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean? Like they like you and they're going to want to join you. Like Michelle, your Instagram's amazing. Like I'm so drawn to your Instagram. And Heather, I mean, I definitely would want to join you guys. I don't care what you're doing. I want to be a part of it.
Well, I originally found you on Instagram.
Yeah. I know. I was on a Success Club trip with Beachbody in the Bahamas. And Michelle was like, I'm about to sign up as a coach. And I was like, really? I was like, are you going to do it now? She's like, I'll do it later. And I kept like stalking her.
Yeah,
And
you
then
did stalk me.
she had told me like a month before she wanted to do it and I missed the message. So like definitely pay attention to your messages. So yeah, I totally missed the message and she had been following me and I didn't see it. Coach failed 1000. So awesome. Well, you guys have a great night. I am going to jump on a call quick with Lori. I am going to post this recording for everybody that jumped on the call so that you can use this amazing call as a reference. And I will see you guys later. And Michelle, I saw the thing about the power hours at 6 a.m. I don't do them on Friday mornings.
I know. We're talking about doing them on the weekends now too.
Yeah.